Hello, this is Queen Cooking. I welcome you today. Today is probably getting around the last time that we're going to celebrate Black History Month. So I wanted to celebrate with you today. We had Black History celebration at the church. We cooked black eyed peas. So if you remember the last time you came with me, we made moi moi, which consisted of black eyed peas that I ground into a flour. I saved some of the flour because I said the next time you come back, we're going to make a fritter. Well, guess what? That's today. We're going to make a fritter. So while I was getting everything ready for today, I thought about how awesome it would be to add shrimp to the fritter. I know you just got excited because I did. So I deveined some shrimp. So I have a little bit here. It was probably about maybe a half a cup of shrimp. And they were the small shrimp, so instead of chopping them up, I just split them down the back in half to make you think you had a whole one. All right. Then I took 1/3 cup of milk, and this is evaporated milk, and I added 2/3 cup of water. This is chopped onion, chopped celery, and I used 2 ribs of celery. I love onions, so you don't have to put as much as I did, but I probably put about 1/4 of a cup of onion in it. This is a mixture of salt and cayenne pepper. You know I was going to say cayenne pepper because I love cayenne pepper. And I used 1/2 cup of olive oil. All right, so here we go. I just love this. You're going to enjoy it. I've already started the batter just a little bit. So if you remember now, we started out with flour. This is the black eyed pea flour. We ground it, pulsed it, and it came out to flour consistency. Add that to your bowl. And then you add your milk. And you don't have to put it all in at one time because remember you have your water added to it. You want to make sure you have the right consistency. Mix it until you're satisfied. If it's too thick, you can add some more. But you don't want to make it so thin because remember now, we're going to fry this and make a fritter. All right? Now, I love vegetables, and you know what I said? What's the word for my vegetables? Crunch. I love crunchy vegetables. So add your vegetables to it. Somebody's saying, oh, here she goes again with those crunchy vegetables. That's right. I just love it like that. I don't want to make this so much so that it won't stay together. I've got my pan on heating now, and you want to put your fryer to about 350, 360, depending on how well yours do. And this is a bit of salt and cayenne pepper, okay? I add a little bit to it already, so I don't want to make it too salty because I don't like to taste the salt in my food. All right, this is the shrimp. We're going to add the shrimp to this. Oh, I see you getting excited now, right? I can't believe a woman is adding that shrimp to the, yes, I am. Remember, this is going to be your meal. And then we're going to make a salad after this. And the salad will go along with this. And believe it or not, you don't have to fry that pork chop today. All right. And this is the consistency that you wanted. All right. You're going to put it by tablespoonfuls into your hot oil. So this was my mixing spoon. I don't want to use this. And we're going to ask our cameraman to kind of watch me a little bit over on this side because this is where our oil is. And our oil right now is at 350. Green light is on, which means that it's hot. So what I'm going to do is take 1 tablespoon. I want to make it come off as easy as possible. So I'm going to pick it up with this spoon and push it into the hot oil with the other spoon, okay? So I want to make sure everybody get a little bit of shrimp. So you look at that now, see? Okay. And the oil is already hot, so we're just going to drop it in the oil. Don't want to crowd the pan. You could probably do about 6 at a time. And if you would want them large, you can make them large. Don't want to splash anything and get no grease burns. You hear frying just popping. Oh, it's getting ready. I think we could probably do about 6. Let's just do 6. Our camera person is over there smacking her lips, thinking she's going to get some today, but she just might not. Okay. Now, it's going to cook, and you know when it gets brown, You decide how brown you want it, but remember you have raw shrimp inside. So give it a chance to cook. It'll start rising to the top of the oil. Just kind of flip it over so it gets nice and crisp for you. I had a visitor today. He came to cut my grass for me. So I surprised him. I made a little bit, so I cheated a little bit. I made some for him. They're already rising to the top, but they're not as brown as I wanted. And I'm going to show it to you in a minute. Get excited, people. Black-eyed peas. Probably about 1.5 cups of the flour is what I use this time. 1.5 cups of the black-eyed pea flour. And then you want to add your cayenne pepper, about a tablespoon. I like mine hot, so I probably put a little bit more than that. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of chopped onions, 2 ribs of celery chopped, 1/3 cup of evaporated milk, and 2/3 cup of water. So I added the milk and the water together so I could keep adding, and 1 egg. So I had already put the egg in there, so that's why you didn't see me crack that. Mix them all together. I already had my oil heating, all right? So we're going to take a look at it, and it's already brown. It doesn't take long. Just want to make sure my shrimp is cooked all the way through. Oh, they're so pretty. You will probably want to do a sauce with this. I just like my food plain. That's just me. So you can come up with some tomato sauce. Put probably some chicken bits, or since you've got shrimp in this, some shrimp bits in it. A lot of cayenne pepper again. And just give it a little bit of something to dip it in. It's so pretty. Look at that. Oh, love it, love it. Let's just give it a few more minutes. Make sure that our shrimp is cooked all the way through. And remember now, the black-eyed peas may be just a little bit dense. But when you take hush puppies, unless you want it to be real, real light, use a certain kind of flour, but you're eating black-eyed peas today. Wow. I'm going to get this pan and bring it over because I want you to get a good look at this. Black-eyed pea fritter. Isn't that wonderful? That is wonderful. Look at that. You just want to eat those. Now, I would probably say, for me, 3 of these would be enough. But for you, you probably want about 6. All right? That's our black-eyed pea fritter. Now, I've got enough to probably make for the visitors. So I want to show you something else that I want you to eat that's light that will go along with it. So I'm going to move this. Let me turn the oil down because we're not going to use this for a minute. And I'm going to put this over to the side while we try another dish that I want you to use to go along with that. The next thing we're going to have, just to serve with that, because this is a light meal, is a fruit salad. Remember now, I don't like a whole lot of meat, but I got my protein, didn't I? Okay, we want to make it pretty, so I have mayonnaise. We don't even need the olive oil for this one. I still got some chopped celery, okay, because we're not going to put any onions in this one. We got chopped apples, and we have about 1 1/3 ounces of raisins, dried raisins. So what I want you to do is to take all of that, dump it in a container. Dump it all in a container. Add your celery, your chopped apples. And you know when your apples sit out for a while, they have a tendency to turn brown. All you have to do is just take some lemon juice and squeeze it over it, and that will cause it not to turn. I love cheese, so we're going to put probably about 1/3 cup of cheddar cheese. I love sharp, but you can use mild cheddar cheese. Put some mayo in there. Go probably to what you would like, okay? Because I don't like a whole lot on mine. I want to taste the crunch again. And just mix it up. And you're going to serve it. I also have a bowl of fruit because we want to make this pretty for our visitor. And this is your fruit salad. You don't have to put anything else in it. That took all of what, 3 minutes? These are the fruit. Now this grapefruit, this fruit came off my mother's fruit tree. So I went in her yard and went shopping. Isn't it nice when you can shop in your mother's yard? Didn't have to go to the grocery store for this. Somebody said organic is best. So we just take the salad and put it in the middle on the bowl. Isn't that wonderful? Mm-hmm. If you notice, I didn't peel my apples. I love the skin. And the apple skin is really good for you. It's good roughage. Plus it has a nice taste and adds again what? That crispness that I like to my food. So I've got a meal for you that took all of probably 15 minutes. Your husband is coming home from work, your children coming home from school, and what you want to say is, honey, I'm finished cooking. Isn't that wonderful? Now, you can also put like some white grapes in here if you desire, but right now we're just going to go with the apples and the raisins. That is so pretty. Still have some left in the bowl, and we are ready for dinner. So we have fritter that we're going to share with people. So this is the fritter that we cooked, and this is our fruit salad that we made. Isn't that beautiful? So your friends are coming over. You can put this in a nice platter so that they will be able to see it. And I should have gotten another platter, but since I didn't take down the platter, let me just get another plate, because we want you to know that this is a beautiful dish. And guess what? You don't have a lot of plates to wash. You notice? Put this on the tray. I bet my lawn man is probably saying, wow, because I cooked some for him earlier, and he said, I like this. And again, I say 3 will probably be enough for me. You probably want more. And we have some left, but I didn't want to take your whole day looking. Look at that, how beautiful it is. Wonderful. And we still have a whole bowl left. We got a whole bowl. We don't have maybe about 4 little sauces to wash. We don't have a lot of dishes that you have to complain about. You don't want to wash the dishes. And we have a beautiful menu to eat like today, to give to our visitors and our husbands and children when they come home today from school. Isn't that beautiful? This is apple salad. We have some grapefruit and oranges. I got those grapefruit off my mother's fruit tree out of her backyard. And this is black-eyed pea fritter with shrimp inside. Isn't that wonderful? I was doing a study today on good health tips. And I found out that if you take 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar a day, it'll help decrease your cholesterol, your triglycerides, and your blood sugar. That's my health tip for the day. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy your meal. God bless you.